In the early 21st century, the notion of war often conjures images of tanks, missiles, and visible conflict. Yet, a different kind of war has quietly begun, unfolding not on battlefields, but in server farms, research labs, and boardrooms across the globe. This isn't a conflict of overt aggression, but a strategic struggle for technological dominance, primarily centered on artificial intelligence. As reported by numerous policy think tanks and government officials, this hidden AI race is primarily a contest between the United States and China, with profound implications for the future of global power and every individual's daily life. Artificial intelligence, once the domain of science fiction, is now a tangible force shaping our world. But what exactly does AI supremacy entail in this context? According to experts like those at the Center for Strategic and International Studies, it refers to a nation's ability to develop, deploy, and control the most advanced AI systems. This includes foundational models, hardware infrastructure, and the skilled human capital to drive innovation. It's a race not just for faster computers, but for the very intelligence that will power the next era of technology, economics, and national security. The stakes in this competition are immense. The nation that achieves AI supremacy stands to gain a decisive edge in military capabilities, economic productivity, and geopolitical influence. As noted by the National Security Commission on Artificial Intelligence in its 2021 report, AI is foundational to future economic growth and national defense. It's a technology that can optimize supply chains, accelerate scientific discovery, revolutionize healthcare, and fundamentally alter the balance of power. This isn't merely about technological bragging rights, it's about shaping the 21st century's global order. At the heart of this AI race lies a critical, often overlooked component, the semiconductor chip. These tiny pieces of silicon are the literal building blocks of all modern computing, especially AI. The most advanced AI models require immense computational power, which can only be delivered by cutting-edge semiconductors, specifically graphic processing units or GPUs. Without access to these sophisticated chips, developing powerful AI becomes a near impossibility, creating a choke point that both nations seek to control, as detailed in analyses from the Semiconductor Industry Association. The global semiconductor supply chain is incredibly complex and concentrated. A significant portion of the world's most advanced chips, particularly those under 7 nanometers, are manufactured by Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, or TSMC. As reported by Bloomberg, TSMC produces over 90% of the world's most advanced chips. This makes Taiwan, a self-governing island that China claims as its territory, an indispensable nexus in the AI race. Its geopolitical status is inextricably linked to the technological future of both the US and China. Beyond TSMC, another European company plays a surprisingly central role, ASML, based in the Netherlands. ASML is the sole producer of extreme ultraviolet, or EUV, lithography machines, which are essential for manufacturing the most advanced chips. Without ASML's technology, producing these cutting-edge semiconductors simply isn't possible. As documented by the Wall Street Journal, this Dutch company holds a critical bottleneck position, making its export policies and decisions profoundly impactful on the global AI competition, particularly concerning China's access to advanced fabrication. Once the domain of video games, graphic processing units, or GPUs, are now the bedrock of AI. And one company, NVIDIA, has emerged as the undisputed leader in high-performance AI chips. Its A100 and H100 GPUs are the industry standard for training large language models and complex AI systems. As noted in earnings reports and tech analyses, NVIDIA controls an estimated 80 to 95% of the market for AI accelerator chips used in data centers. This overwhelming market share gives the US a significant advantage in the AI race, provided access to these chips remains open. With powerful hardware comes powerful software. In the realm of AI models, the United States has seen the rise of companies like OpenAI, creators of the GPT series of large language models. These foundational models, such as GPT 3.5 and GPT-4, have set benchmarks for natural language understanding and generation, driving innovation across various sectors. The development of such general-purpose AI models is crucial, as they can be adapted for a multitude of applications, from medical diagnostics to advanced robotics, as extensively covered by tech publications and academic papers. China is not merely an observer in this race, it is a formidable competitor. Beijing has explicitly stated its ambition to become the world leader in AI by 2030, as outlined in its Next-Generation Artificial Intelligence Development Plan. This national strategy mobilizes significant government resources, private sector investment, and academic research towards achieving AI self-sufficiency and global leadership. Chinese companies and research institutions are making rapid strides in developing their own advanced AI models and hardware, though challenges remain, particularly in chip fabrication. In response to US advancements, Chinese tech giants are pouring resources into developing their own large language models. Companies like DeepSeek, Baidu with Ernie Bot, Alibaba with Tony Qianwen, and Tencent are all actively competing. While often less publicized internationally than their Western counterparts, these models are increasingly sophisticated and tailored for the Chinese market. For instance, DeepSeek has garnered attention for its open-source contributions and performance, as highlighted in AI research forums and tech news reports from China, indicating significant progress in domestic AI capabilities. The power of any AI model is intrinsically linked to the data it is trained on. Large language models require vast datasets, often encompassing billions of text and image files, to learn patterns and generate coherent outputs. Countries with access to extensive, diverse, and clean datasets possess a significant advantage. While Western models draw from a global internet, China has a vast domestic internet, providing a rich, albeit often curated, data environment. This data difference can lead to distinct model biases and capabilities, as explored in various studies on AI ethics and training methodologies. Recognizing the foundational role of semiconductors, the United States has implemented strict export controls aimed at slowing China's access to advanced AI chips and manufacturing equipment. In October 2022, the Commerce Department issued comprehensive rules restricting the sale of advanced GPUs and chip-making technology to China. This strategy, as explained by US officials, is designed to de-risk the supply chain and deny Beijing the critical components needed to develop cutting-edge AI for military applications. It's a direct attempt to preserve the US's technological lead. These export controls have directly impacted companies like Nvidia. The sale of its most powerful GPUs, such as the A100 and H100, to Chinese entities is now heavily restricted. In response, Nvidia has reportedly developed detuned versions of its chips, like the A800 and H800, specifically for the Chinese market, which comply with US regulations but offer reduced performance. This dynamic underscores the tightrope walk for global tech companies, balancing commercial interests with national security directives, as detailed in reports by Reuters and the New York Times. China's response to these restrictions has been a doubling down on its long-standing goal of technological self-sufficiency. Beijing is investing heavily in domestic chip design and manufacturing, allocating billions to its semiconductor industry, as reported by state media and analyzed by the Merix think tank. The aim is to reduce reliance on foreign technology, particularly US-made or US-controlled components. This includes fostering local champions in chip fabrication, material science, and advanced packaging, even if it means slower progress in the short term, prioritizing long-term resilience. The most concerning aspect of this AI race, according to defense strategists, is its application in military technology. AI can power autonomous weapons systems, enhance intelligence gathering, optimize logistics, and improve cyber warfare capabilities. The Pentagon, in its 2022 AI strategy, highlighted the need to integrate AI across its operations. Similarly, China's military modernization emphasizes AI integration, aiming for an intelligentized warfare capability. This convergence of AI and defense technology raises profound ethical and strategic questions about future conflicts. the development of AI for military purposes also brings urgent ethical considerations to the forefront. The potential for autonomous weapons to make life-or-death decisions without human intervention is a subject of intense debate among ethicists and international organizations. While both the US and China have acknowledged the need for ethical AI development, their approaches and definitions of responsible AI may differ significantly. This divergence could lead to different standards and applications of AI in conflict, as discussed in numerous UN reports and academic papers on lethal autonomous weapons systems. Beyond military applications, AI is also a colossal driver of economic power. Countries leading in AI development stand to reap significant economic dividends, including increased productivity, new industries, and job creation. Goldman Sachs projected in 2023 that generative AI could add nearly $7 trillion to global GDP over the next decade. The ability to integrate AI into existing industries, from manufacturing to finance, will determine which nations lead the next wave of global economic growth and innovation, positioning AI as a new form of national wealth. Critical to both military and economic AI dominance is human talent. The global competition for AI researchers, engineers, and data scientists is fierce. Nations are vying to attract and retain the brightest minds through educational initiatives, research funding, and immigration policies. The US has historically attracted top talent, but China is rapidly expanding its STEM education and research programs. This talent wars highlights that AI superiority is not just about machines, but also about the intellectual capital capable of designing, building, and deploying these advanced systems, according to studies by the Macro Polo think tank. While geopolitical machinations seem distant, the AI race fundamentally impacts daily life. From the smartphones in our pockets to the streaming services we use, AI is ubiquitous. The advancements driven by this competition manifest as improved facial recognition, more accurate voice assistants, personalized recommendations, and sophisticated generative AI tools. Whether you're using Google's search engine, Apple's Siri, or a Chinese-developed app like WeChat, these experiences are shaped by the underlying AI technologies vying for supremacy, as noted by tech analysts observing consumer trends. The collection and use of vast amounts of data, essential for training powerful AI, also raise significant concerns about data privacy and government surveillance. Different nations have distinct approaches to data governance. For example, China's extensive surveillance infrastructure, powered by AI, enables broad monitoring of its citizens, as documented by human rights organizations. In contrast, democratic nations like the US grapple with balancing innovation with individual privacy rights. The outcomes of this AI race could determine global norms for data collection, privacy, and the balance between state power and individual freedom. The proliferation of advanced AI is poised to reshape the global job market dramatically. Some jobs may be automated, while new roles requiring AI proficiency will emerge. Reports from the World Economic Forum suggest that AI could displace millions of jobs but also create an equal or greater number. The nations that best adapt their workforce to an AI-driven economy, through education, retraining, and social safety nets, will gain a competitive edge. This ongoing transformation touches every sector, from manufacturing to creative industries, necessitating societal adjustments on an unprecedented scale. The US-China AI competition also drives a broader debate about economic interdependence versus decoupling. For decades, global supply chains encouraged specialization and efficiency, leading to deep interdependencies. However, national security concerns, particularly around AI and critical technologies, are pushing nations to reconsider. As highlighted by economists, the attempt to de-risk or partially decouple supply chains in sensitive areas could lead to higher costs and inefficiencies, but also greater national resilience and security. Both approaches carry significant economic consequences for global stability. One of the central dilemmas in this AI race is balancing the imperative for open innovation with the demands of national security. Scientific progress often thrives in environments of free exchange and collaboration. However, the dual-use nature of AI, its applicability for both civilian and military purposes, complicates this. Governments face the challenge of restricting access to critical technologies without stifling the very innovation that drives advancement. This tension is evident in policy discussions within the G7 and other international bodies, as reported by various policy briefs. The US-China AI race is not happening in a vacuum, it has significant implications for the global South. Developing nations often rely on technologies from both major powers, creating a complex web of influence. As these nations adopt AI, they face choices regarding which technological ecosystems to integrate into, potentially aligning with either US or Chinese standards and platforms. This competition for technological adoption can influence everything from internet infrastructure to smart city projects, shaping the digital future for billions, as examined by various development studies. The AI race profoundly impacts cybersecurity. Advanced AI can be used to develop more sophisticated cyber-attack tools, capable of identifying vulnerabilities and executing complex intrusions with unprecedented speed. Conversely, AI is also crucial for developing more robust defense mechanisms, enhancing threat detection, and automating responses. The nation with superior AI in cybersecurity will possess a significant advantage in protecting its critical infrastructure, military networks, and economic assets from cyber threats, as continuously highlighted by national cybersecurity agencies. Beyond hardware and software, the competition extends to setting global technical standards and protocols for AI. The nation that defines these standards gains immense influence over how AI is developed, governed, and integrated worldwide. This includes everything from data interoperability to ethical guidelines for autonomous systems. Organizations like the International Organization for Standardization, ISO, and various UN bodies are arenas for this subtle, yet powerful, competition. Establishing these norms is a long-term play for geopolitical leverage, as observed by international relations scholars. The sheer pace of AI innovation is unprecedented, making this race particularly dynamic and unpredictable. Breakthroughs occur almost weekly, from new model architectures to more efficient training methods. This rapid evolution means that today's advantage can quickly diminish tomorrow. Both the US and China are pushing the boundaries of what's possible, investing heavily in fundamental research and applied science. This constant acceleration demands agility and sustained investment from both state and private sectors to remain competitive, as detailed in scientific journals and tech news. This AI competition is not a short sprint, it's a marathon, a long game with no clear finish line in sight. It involves continuous investment, strategic foresight, and adaptation. The US, with its strong innovation ecosystem and leading companies like NVIDIA and OpenAI, holds current advantages in certain areas. China, with its centralized planning, vast data resources, and determined push for self-sufficiency, is rapidly closing gaps. The outcome will likely not be a single victor but a continuous state of competition and strategic maneuvering, as argued by military strategists and economists. Looking beyond current semiconductor technology, the next frontier in AI could be quantum computing. While still in its nascent stages, quantum AI promises to process information in ways currently unimaginable, potentially revolutionizing areas like drug discovery, material science, and cryptography. Both the US and China are heavily investing in quantum research, anticipating that whoever achieves quantum supremacy will unlock unparalleled AI capabilities. This could represent a future pivot point in the AI race, creating a new dimension of competition, as explored in scientific publications. In an AI war, attribution of cyber attacks or subtle influence campaigns becomes incredibly challenging. AI can automate and disguise malicious activities, making it difficult to definitively identify the perpetrator. This ambiguity could lead to increased gray zone conflicts, where nations engage in strategic competition below the threshold of traditional warfare. Understanding who is behind certain digital actions will be a key challenge for national security agencies, potentially escalating tensions due to misattribution or lack of clear evidence, as discussed by cybersecurity experts. The hidden nature of this AI race, coupled with its military implications, carries a significant risk of miscalculation. A perceived breakthrough by one side, or an overreaction to a suspected AI-driven action, could inadvertently trigger an escalation. Without clear lines of communication and established norms for AI use in conflict, the potential for misinterpretation is high. This underscores the need for international dialogue and transparency, even amidst intense competition, as repeatedly emphasized by arms control advocates and peace researchers. The US-China AI race exposes critical vulnerabilities in global supply chains. The reliance on single points of failure, like TSMC for advanced chips or ASML for lithography machines, creates immense strategic risks. A disruption, whether from natural disaster, geopolitical conflict, or cyber attack, could cripple AI development worldwide. Both nations are acutely aware of these fragilities, driving efforts to diversify supply chains and onshore critical manufacturing, though achieving true resilience will require years of sustained effort and investment, as noted by supply chain analysts. AI is becoming an indispensable tool for intelligence gathering and analysis. From processing vast amounts of open-source information to deciphering encrypted communications and predicting geopolitical events, AI offers an unprecedented intelligence advantage. The nation that can harness AI most effectively for its intelligence agencies will gain a deeper understanding of global threats and opportunities, allowing for more informed decision-making. This capability is a cornerstone of national security strategies for both the US and China, transforming traditional espionage, as detailed in intelligence community reports. In many ways, this hidden AI competition is the 21st century's new arms race. Unlike the nuclear arms race, which was characterized by visible arsenals and deterrence, the AI race is often invisible, its weapons consisting of lines of code and advanced silicon. Yet, its potential to reshape global power is equally profound. It's a contest for intellectual supremacy, technological control, and ultimately, the ability to define the future world order. The implications for peace, prosperity, and individual liberty are vast, as articulated by commentators on international security. Bringing it back to our daily lives, the US-China AI competition fuels an increasingly personalized digital experience. From tailored social media feeds and targeted advertising to customized health recommendations and predictive purchasing, AI systems learn and adapt to individual preferences. This constant refinement, driven by competing AI models and data analytics, creates a seamless, albeit sometimes intrusive, digital environment. The future of consumer tech will be defined by which nation's AI principles and platforms dominate, shaping everything from convenience to individual agency. The AI war has already started. It may not feature open declarations or conventional battles, but its front lines are in laboratories, data centers, and the boardrooms of multinational corporations. It's a struggle for control over the very intelligence that will define our future. The competition between the United States and China over AI, semiconductors, and technological leadership is an ongoing, silent battle that touches every aspect of our lives, often without us realizing it. Understanding this competition is no longer an academic exercise, it is crucial for navigating the world ahead.